Hello and welcome back to the garage. Today we're going to do a LS swap of the small engines world. So what we have here is, I don't honestly know, I think it's from the 60s, 70s Ariens Tiller 5 horsepower engine. Our plan is, or my plan at least is to, like I said, the LS swap of the small engine world is to essentially swap this engine out for a Harbor Freight Predator engine. So first thing I'm going to do, take that cover off, get a pulley off, check out the shaft size. Let's get on that. So one thing I completely forgot to mention here is, why am I doing this? So this engine, to my knowledge, it needs pull start parts, which I can't seem to find. Carburetor, I've messed with it and messed with it and messed with it. And I don't think that's the issue. And this thing just doesn't run that well. It'll do what you need it to do for a few hours, but it'll be hot, it'll run like crap. Something's really not right with it. I've done everything I could possibly do this thing. I probably had that carb off 10 different times, cleaning it, tuning it, doing everything I can for it. It'll run really good for a little bit and then just be awful, backfiring, popping, almost like a lean pop, but it's not. It's really, really weird. So then if you choke it at all, it just wants to die. So yeah, and when you pull the pull card out, the spring inside is still good, but what it hooks onto is bent really bad, and I can't find a piece to replace that. I figure if I take this to anybody, then they're going to charge me a few $100s anyways. At that point in time, I might as well spend that same money and modernize the engine. Now, the bad things that have happened since you last saw me. My plan was to take that pulley off and figure out the shaft size, which is 3/4, and then get a new engine, use the same pulley, and call it a day. Now, I knew I was going to be losing reverse out of this whole ordeal, which, oh well, I didn't really care. Well, now we lost reverse entirely, because I was prying this thing just out, turning it, prying it, turning it, prying it. And somehow me pushing back on that made this thing just snap off altogether. And it's a fresh break. It's not like it was broke before, so when I was tapping, after that happened, I was tapping the pulley on and off. You can see where we were. I was tapping it on, tapping it off, tapping it on, breaking it free. Well, I tapped it one time and it snapped. So this engine is now officially junk in my book and will be going in the scrap bin. So good job, me. So now we have no other choice but to get a Predator engine so that I can have a tiller again. So I'm going to go to town, do a few things, and see if I can find one. So, let's get to it. Alright, I got the engine. Going with the 212. I think it's 6.5 horse. Could be wrong, maybe it's 5.5. Regardless, it's slightly more than this one. Got a 2.5-inch pulley, because that's what's on this one. And yeah, got everything we should need here. Let's get this engine removed. Well, if I was a betting man, I'd have lost. The bolt holes are the exact same on this thing. I don't think we'll have any big issues with belt alignment. We are losing reverse, but that is what it is. Yeah, bolts, it's not tightened down. I just have the bolts just sitting in there right now until I get the pulley kind of lined up and figure out how everything's going to go. But yeah, as long as whatever this piece is doesn't interfere with my belt alignment, we should be okay. I'm happy to see this thing came with a keyway, even though I already bought one, but oh well. I guess I'll go ahead and just get the pulley on here. We'll see how things line up before tightening down bolts. Alright, I got the pulley all lined up. I gotta adjust the tensioner pulley a little bit, but yeah, we're looking good. Well, she's all bolted together, safety covers on. The only thing now that I still need to figure out is throttle cable. This one's a pretty simple system here. It's just a wire. So I'm going to go ahead and rip this air box off, see what we can see. This thing should pop off somewhere over here because I see the hinge over there. But there it is. That's good. Yeah, probably take these two screws out, see what I can see down in there. I did notice looking in there that there is like a clamp right there for something like this to run through. As long as I got a wire hole such as those right down there, we should be set. So yeah, I'll get this off, we'll see what we can see. So I was completely wrong about those two screws on top of the airbox. No idea what they do. I took out these two bolts. They actually have a lot of different options here for places you can put your throttle cables and stuff, plus a clamp here, clamp there, and more options over here. And these guys right here in case you just have a single wire. But now, everything seems to work. I did have to loosen up this nut just a little bit, but we'll find out if that's good or bad. Downside is now fast is slow, slow is fast. Don't have all the range I used to have up here, but that's okay. It all seems like it should work, so yeah, let's get this thing back together. So that is it. I would imagine that this is a pretty straightforward thing to do on most anybody's old tiller they've got. You know, these things are expensive. That motor's cheaper than buying a whole new one, and didn't take very much doing, and I've got full control of the throttle. Did lose reverse, but that's okay. Luckily this thing's all tension belt driven, so that's all pretty straightforward and simple. But yeah, we're gonna call it here because I need to get some fuel, get some oil, and I got some tilling to do. So thanks for watching. Till next time.